Gritstone Way is a 35-mile long-distance hike that takes you along the edge of the Peak District through Cheshire and Staffordshire. It runs from Disley to Kidsgrove and features some incredible history and some fantastic views. So come and watch me explain all of this to you again, just not as eloquently. Good morning, hello and welcome. Today we're hiking the Gritstone Trail, which is a 35-mile hike from Disley to just outside Stoke-on-Trent, Kidsgrove I think it's called. So join me on this gritty adventure. See what I'm doing for you already? It's 20 past 8 and I'm already getting these walk by shots in for you. The things you have to do. See, look how far I walk then. Come on. Got 25 miles to do today. What am I doing? What am I doing? Well, I'll tell you what I'm doing. It's all so I can provide wonderful content for you, the 4 viewers. Again, things you do, I'm climbing over stiles now. You know what I mean? That's squeaky. Hello. Beauties. So, potentially interesting information. These red deer that you see here could be the ancestors of the red deer that roamed these lands some 1,000 years ago. Because pretty much everything that you see here now used to be wooded. Even if you look yonder towards Stockport and all that sort of area, the majority of it would have been covered by woodland, which those deer, well, their deer granddaddies, would have roamed. So that was good. That was interesting. Very interesting. Check out the vistas. Here we are at the Bowstones. Let's climb over and have a look. So, map time. Disley isn't shown on this map, but never mind, hey. So we've come in, gone through Lime Park, followed this path up this hill, which was an absolute killer. And we're here at the Bowstones, which is just over there. This is our path towards Bollington. So this is the trig point for Spons Hill. Once we tap this, then it's another trig point bagged. And more importantly for us, it's another Ethel bagged. Ethel's being the peaks, the highest points, places of interest around the Peak District. I think there's 98 or something like that, and we're on 35, I think. I'll put a little screenshot of the app up to show you how far we've gone on the Ethel Trail. Here we go. Oh. Now our heading's this way. It's pretty much as far as the eye can see from here is where we're headed. What a stunning day. Stunning, stunning day. We're off the path shortly anyway. This is the road that takes you into Pot Shrigley, if anyone knows or is interested in that. We're going to cut onto a public footpath which is coming up shortly. Let's hope in the meantime I don't get maimed by many, many vehicles. So a lot's happened in the last 60 seconds since I last updated you. I was on the road. I'm off the road now, which is wonderful. However, we nearly got maimed by 2 vehicles. But we're alright, we survived, we're okay. I followed the highway code. Anyway, the next thing was that I just saw 2 farmers having a domestic about buckets. Blow my neck. Okay, so a bit of information about the local area. This little mound, that's Andrew's Knob, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, that's right. One of the highlights on this trip is a landmark known as White Nancy. We can just see it up ahead. The camera probably won't focus. There it is, there she is. So, that was built in 1817 by a chap called John Gaskell. And it was built to commemorate the victory of the Battle of Waterloo. And so begins the long slog up to White Nancy. Oh, you haven't seen this hill. Man, doesn't look that steep on camera. But I'm telling you now, it's pretty steep. So, update, we've walked about 9 miles and we've got another 15-ish to go until we get to Bosley Cloud. Still aiming to get there. It allows me some time to take it easy through the day. I mean, we can't pitch up early anyway, so I'll probably aim to be walking until about 7 or 8 o'clock. Sunset is about 8:45 this time of the year, so I can afford a few more hours of hiking, so we're still aiming to get to the cloud. Tell you what, folks, it's been a slog. I don't know if it's just the heat or what, but it's no joke. This is not easy. No, it might just be girl, to be honest. That might be it. Up, down, up, down, up, down. We're about 2 miles out from Teg's Nose Country Park. I've got about 1.5 litres of water left, so I'm hoping that we can refill there. If not, then well, I'm gonna have to start looking for some puddles, folks. And in this weather, I think I might have to start saving me sweat. If I save that, boil it, if I even just drink it as is. If I bottle sweat, maybe that might be the idea. That start bottling my own sweat. I wonder if people would buy that. Electrolytes. Anyway, yeah. So what a slog. We're covering distance slowly. It's just these ups and downs and this, that, and the other. It's almost feels like you're walking forever and you're covering no distance, but we're getting there. This is what we signed up for. We knew the crack. So let's get on with it, shall we? Stopped off at the country park again. I didn't film it, there was people everywhere, so I didn't bother. But I had a splendid cappuccino, and I got 2 cans of cold Vimto, fizzy Vimto. Kept one for later, and the other one I absolutely necked it in one, I'd say. Maybe not one, but it was gone. Delicious. I had a crunchy as well. Nice little morale boost to that. So we're about halfway for today. Half distance that I want to cover today. 20 to 2. So we've been walking for maybe 5 hours or something like that. Maybe less than that actually, I can't remember, but we're getting there. Yes. Got Croker Hill up ahead. So that's the highest point on this walk. Once that's done, we still have a couple of ups and downs, but this is the highest one. So that makes me feel quite good actually. It's about 3:30 now. 16.5 miles. 17.5 miles, I can't remember. I did just look, but I can't remember. Less than 10 miles to go for today. Feet are hurting a bit. This is by far one of the hardest days hiking that I've ever done. Yeah, it's been hard actually. I feel like the heat hasn't helped. And there aren't many water sources on this hike. I've been trying to water conserve a bit, but so I'm feeling a bit crispy at the moment, a bit dehydrated. Got water in hand, but I just don't want to use it yet. Oh. So I've just been keeping my head down. I've got a right stink on me now as well. Proper sweaty hard work this today. So folks, slightly rum news for me anyway. So on the map I've been counting on a couple of little springs that you see here. There was 3 of them on the map. Now all of them are behind big fat signs that say no right of way. So they're all blocked off, private land, can't access them, gutted. So I've got 1.5 litres of water left. It's 20 to 5. I've probably got another 1.5 hours of walking left to go. I've got to have tea and I've got to account for some for the morning. So I think my only option is to not only conserve now, but later down this path we meet up with a river or a little brook. So I think I'm going to have to fill up there, filter it, boil it, and overnight that'll cool and then that'll do me for the morning. I think for tonight I'll stick with me fresh water, so if I do have any contaminated stuff, I'm not getting the poos whilst I'm still walking. First view of Bosley Cloud over there. We're camping on that. Well, hopefully. Absolutely brutal on the feet. I've got a cramp in my left leg and both my feet are starting to ache. But other than that, seeing the cloud there is nice. That's a bit of a morale boost, that. There she is, dead ahead. Bosley Cloud. So I think this is it. I think this is where we're going to fill up some water from. It's running quite fast actually, and it's fairly deep. So I'm just going to fill up. I'm going to fill up here. I've got my filter, so I'm going to filter it and then I'm going to boil it later. So at least we've got an emergency supply ration. I'm also going to dunk my feet as well because my feet are roasting. So yeah, feel free to watch me if you like. Oh, that is lovely. Oof. Oh, heck. Oh. There's a bit of sediment in there, but hey, what are you going to do? It's actually not mega filthy either. It's a bit foamy, but it'd be like that. It'd be like that. We've drank worse. Definitely drank worse before. 100% drank worse before than this. And we've lived to tell the tale. Lived. You can call it that. Shit. That's us. That's us. So I've managed to filter out 2 500 mils and we've got 1 litre in here for just in cases. Done. The cloud is done. What a trip. What a trip. That's the big radio station from before. Can't remember the hill. And there's the trig point there. So 26.5 miles in, and we've just encountered a couple of problems. I intended to camp here. The cloud, Bosley Cloud. Now that's not possible because it's all moorland. It's moorland type ground. It's heather. It's ironically a lot of gritstone, which don't add up for good camping. So there was a campsite further back, but there's no signal up here, so I couldn't contact them. I could have just walked up to it, I suppose, but I've decided to carry on, keep walking, because on the map it does show that the path, as it descends, it goes through the woods. There's some woodland there. There's like a woodland plantation, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed for that. Hopefully it'll allow me a bit more privacy as well, because it is exposed up here and it is very busy. This is not how I anticipated this going today. I expected to be up on the cloud, enjoying my tin of Vimto, which I've already finished actually, sort of having a think about getting the tent up, but I've walked all the way down this plantation. I've walked left to right. There's nowhere, absolutely nothing. So doesn't leave me many options, to be honest. I have to carry on. It's going to mean that I'm going to have to do more of a stealth camp as opposed to a cheeky wild camp, because I wanted to see the views, man. I've still got views for now, but I've got nowhere to view them from my tent. As I was saying that, I just happened to look left, and I think I found a couple of potential win-win scenarios. Decently flat-ish, away from the path, which is behind that little ridge there. So this is camp. This is where we're going to be pitching. I'm going to have to do a stealth camp tonight. It's the only place I could find. We're in a bit of a predicament in that there's nowhere else. Past this point, we've got civilization. There's roads. It's all built up. There's nowhere to camp. This is it. Really. It's this or finish the walk early, and I'm in no fit state to be doing that. So a stealth camp it is. We're pretty close to the path, so I'm just trying to stay quiet. Boiling all my water that we collected at the river before, and just sort of trying to relax. We're going to finish the walk tomorrow. We've only got 7 miles left, so we'll be finished by 7 hours. But we'll be done by 8, half 8, I would imagine. So it's no biggie. We can get up early. Not too fussed about water, so I'm just going to stay hydrated tonight. Chug tonight. So tomorrow we can finish it. We can get it done.